introduce you to our concept of effective quote use. Make sure that you have a paper and pencil ready so that you can take careful notes. This video is going to introduce concepts that are covered in the page below. So if you've used quotes before in a high school or another college course when you were writing an academic essay, you're already kind of ahead of the game in terms of understanding quote use. But let's think a little bit about why we use quotations. First of all, quotations provide direct supporting evidence for the claims and reasons in our essay. But another important reason that we use quotations is that they demonstrate our research. We've been talking this semester about joining a conversation, and using quotations is one way to show that we are listening to the words of others. By repeating back what others have said, we are part of that conversation. But quote use in high school might have meant simply dropping a quote into your essay and then using a parenthetical citation to cite it correctly. In college, however, your professors are going to expect that you do a little bit more than drop a quote in. So this semester, we're going to focus on a 4-step process for using quotations in our papers. Step 1 is to introduce, step 2 is to provide context, step 3 is to provide the quote correctly, and step 4 is to analyze and connect. So again, this is more than just plopping a quote in your paper and moving on. Some people talk about this as a quote sandwich, where the top bun introduces the quote, the filling is the quote and the citation, and then the bottom bun analyzes the quote. If this helps you remember what you need in order to use quotes in your essays, go ahead and use it. We're going to talk even more specifically on this page and in this module about the requirements for quote integration for this course and for academic writing in general. So the first thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to use a signal phrase in order to present the context of the quote. Remember, signal phrases are some sort of identifying information and then also an action verb that describes what the quote is doing. So writes, argues, presents, informs, adds to, something like that. If it's the first time that you are using a quote or introducing a source, you're going to use a brief summary or overview of the entire source in order to give context. It's really important to give context because context allows your reader to understand how the quote fits into the bigger picture. Then you'll present the quote correctly using quotation marks and including a parenthetical citation at the end. For MLA format, that citation includes the author's last name, and if the source has page numbers, a page number. Make sure that you put the end punctuation outside of the citation. So the period for that sentence and the period for the quote should go at the very, very end of the citation. Then, once you've quoted, you are going to explain the quote's importance. You're going to analyze the quote in terms of your own argument and the larger conversation. Every time you use a quote, you want to follow these steps and include these parts in your paper. This will help you avoid having your quotes feel disjointed or having an essay that feels like a patchwork of other people's writing. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your professor. We're going to have some exercises and more readings below.